What's up, gamers? Today I wanted to dive into what the future of Apex Legends has in store for us, so without further ado, let's get into it. I love Apex Legends. I started playing it about a year and a half ago, and I haven't stopped. Literally, there's been no other game that I have played for any large amount of time since then. So based on that, I like to think that I know the game pretty well. I'm going to be predicting what will have changed in Apex exactly 1 year from now. As I'm filming this, it's May 18th, 2021, and I should probably be studying for my math test. But screw that, this is more interesting and more fun. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start off the list with a sad one for me. I think that Apex will have to stop releasing Legends. There is a single big reason for this, and that is because Respawn Entertainment cannot do this forever. Seriously, they cannot release a Legend every season and keep the concepts for the Legends original. We already saw this when Respawn declared that they would be releasing a new weapon every other season as opposed to every season. They could not have kept the loot pool balanced if they had gone on with that gun per season, and the same stands true for Legends. Apex has conditioned every player into thinking that this is how Apex will always be, that every season there will be a new character in the game, a new operator with fun, unique abilities for players to use. But there won't be, because there can't be. Like I said before, they will either run out of ideas, or they will oversaturate the Legends pool, whichever comes first. Or maybe both. And the sooner Respawn breaks that routine of having a new Legend every season, the sooner the players will adapt. I'm not looking forward to it, but it'll happen. Mark my words. And to clarify, I don't think they'll stop releasing Legends completely, because then people will get bored of the game really fast. I'd guess they might release one Legend every 2 or 3 seasons or so. I also want to talk about how Respawn will diversify Apex even more. We saw some of this with Arenas, which were just released a couple of weeks ago with the launch of Season 9, and are essentially a 3v3 TDM, or Team Deathmatch. And I think that this is just the beginning. I predict that Apex will add modes from lots of games, like maybe a mode similar to Terrorist Hunt from Rainbow Six Siege, or a mode like Plunder from COD Warzone. Neither of these things may happen, but you get my point. Apex is seeing a growth in their game by diversifying a little, because people who don't like BRs may play Apex Legends solely for the TDM experience in Arenas. And I think that this is why Apex Legends will be bigger than Fortnite in 1 year. Apex has proved that, unlike Fortnite, they can diversify the player experience. While Fortnite only had Battle Royale and Creative, they failed to add any significant permanent diversification in their gaming experience. I know that Creative is pretty diverse, but I mean an official game mode separate from Battle Royale. And I think that this is why Fortnite has dropped drastically in popularity. Everyone loved old Fortnite, but then everyone moved on when Fortnite tried to do the same thing over and over again for, 16 seasons? And they expected the same results, but they overestimated the community's love for the game. People are going to get tired of playing the same thing over and over again with very little change. So based on that, let me rephrase what I said earlier. I don't necessarily think Apex Legends will be bigger than Fortnite, but I think that any shooter game that can incorporate as many different kinds of modes as they possibly can think of into the game will be bigger than Fortnite. And I happen to think that that game will be Apex. Why? Because they've already proved that they're willing to go further than Battle Royale. And that is what ultimately will make Apex a bigger game than Fortnite. These are the exact reasons I think that Minecraft will be popular for as long as it exists, by the way. Mojang originally, and now Microsoft, have both brilliantly incorporated different kinds of games, including games you make yourself, into the game of Minecraft. So to summarize this topic, I think that any game creators that make their game appeal to as many people as possible will be bigger than Fortnite. And by the way, when I say bigger than Fortnite, I mean bigger than the biggest shooting game ever, because I don't think any shooter game will be bigger than a sandbox game like World of Warcraft or Minecraft. There simply is a bigger audience for those types of games because they appeal to more people. And this isn't to bash Fortnite, which A, is plenty big themselves still, and B, could implement these very things themselves. Who knows what those slide devils have up their sleeves over at Epic. The last point I want to cover is streaming and making YouTube videos. It should be very obvious to most people that, lots of times, a game gains popularity when some of the biggest names in gaming play these games. We saw this in Fortnite when Ninja, TimtheTatman, and DrLupo, and many, many more started playing Fortnite obsessively. More recently, we saw this in Among Us, where people like Pokimane, or CourageJD, or Corpse Husband, and even the stars of the internet, like Pewdiepie or MrBeast, played the game and helped blast its popularity through the roof. I think that the more big streamers play the game, the more popularity the game will have. We saw this on the release of Apex back in February of 2019, when everyone was playing Apex for about 3 weeks straight, but then the popularity blasted downwards for months after that. It's honestly a small miracle that Apex has managed to claw itself back to popularity, because usually when a game dies, it dies for good. If you feel that I left something out, which, by the way, I definitely did, there are thousands of other reasons why Apex might become more or less popular in the future, so when you notice one of those things that I left out, let me know in the comments below. I stream at weekends at twitch.tv/Jedwerd_. Link in the description below. Subscribe, leave a like, and I'll catch you on the next one.